Live streaming is on.
All right. So we have, I'll say welcome back, Al, and welcome, Jessica. So Donnie's not out today, so I asked Jessica to roll in, and then Al got done with all of his venue and plane problems that you seem to have a lot of venue problems. I don't know if that's just the way of the world now or what, but
I was thinking about that earlier today. That notably post lockdown 2020, that I get the feeling that there's a lot of things going on that are kind of weird with venues now. That for whatever reason, there hasn't been a collective conversation about. This is kind of a feeling I'm increasingly getting, where I'm like, there's a lot of weird things going on with, like, and I don't think it's just in my area.
Yeah, I don't deal with venues very much, so I couldn't tell you. But I don't think Donnie plays shows very much. I know Cheese and Potsy do, but I mean, they've been playing like bars and stuff. It seems like forever. It's like, I think those guys just like will play anywhere they'll let them play. Like, like that's kind of the feeling I get. They just show up and there's a stage and they're like, hey, there's some mics. Can we go up there? And then they just start spitting. So I don't know if you've run across the Cheese and Potsy brothers, Jessica, but they have some crazy stuff. They're very prolific as well. So well, it's not an interview show, Jessica, but this is your first time here, so maybe you should introduce yourself a little bit. Well, as much as you want to or don't want
to. My name is Jessica. I love music. I love finding new music, and it's as essential in life as breathing and food to me. It's, it just is. And so I've been involved with you in this Creative Commons Music Awards for a couple of years now and thoroughly enjoy it. And yes, this is the first time actually making it here on time to the listening thing, although I have watched some of the shows in the past and watched the videos. And yes, I've never seen Cheese and Potsy live, but I have tracked down their videos and looked at what they do. And so I don't know what else do you want to know?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, what I'd like to know is, are you in like Mesa, Arizona right now? That's what I'd like to know.
No, I'm not. That is a virtual background that Jitsi offered, and I decided to take advantage of it because
it's very, very peaceful.
It is very peaceful, very sunrise, and it's much nicer than the chaos that is behind me.
Yeah, I have some chaos too. I just got off the bike. It's right somewhere. There's a bike somewhere. Yeah. There's a bike. So
Peloton.
Yeah. So I have my A race next Saturday, and I'm in a taper. And today, for whatever reason, I don't know why on a Sunday, but and then like it goes back up. They have me like doing a 30-minute ride, my training program, and so I didn't really like. I was like, oh, I can do a 30-minute ride whenever. And then I kind of like ran it up right against the show. Which was...
So are you still doing those 100-mile bikes, or are you racing?
Yeah. So I might. So I'm not sure if it's going to be 125 next week or 100. I think it's going to be. So the event is 100, but then there's a challenge to do 200K. So it's like about 125. I think it's more closer to 126. But anyway, if I ride from the venue back, that should get me the 39K or so. And I have a ride there, but I just need to figure out like if I need to take the car or something. because yeah, it doesn't. I guess I could just ride around until I get to 200. I haven't decided, but it's like I think I'm probably gonna try to stay with the pack as long as I can. So I might be pretty shattered after the 100 because it'll probably be pretty fast. But it starts at 7:30, so hopefully it won't get too hot. So I think the heat will have a lot to do with how I feel after that, because we'll be ending. It'll be warm. But yeah, so we can talk more about cycling later if we want. But one thing that we don't do a lot of is share like comedy clips or something. But I had one that I thought was very appropriate for the video I wanted to start with. And I really lucked out because I thought this clip was going to be hard to. Well, I thought either I was going to have a clip of it or it was going to be like in the middle of a clip. But I have like a 9-minute, clips of movies sort of thing, and it happens to be the very first one. So I was like, this is a sign that I have to play it. So I'm going to play this little clip from Pitch Perfect before I play the first video. So I don't know if people are familiar with Pitch Perfect, but yeah. This is John and Gail.
Now, why do you think it's taken so long for an all-lady group to break through that a cappella glass ceiling?
Well, Gail, the women typically cannot hit the low notes, which really round out an arrangement, thrill the judges, and that can really hurt them in competition. Women are about as good at a cappella as they are at being doctored. And the Sockapella is once again proving that it doesn't get better for everyone.
All right. And after that wonderful intro, we have Muddy Summers and they have DFH here, but I don't remember what the F is. I'm gonna have to figure out what the F is, and I'll give their full name at the end. But enjoy. This track is Jesus! Exclamation mark. Yeah. So.
Bum ba dum ba dum. Bum ba dum ba dum.
You're telling me that if I really dare to have a choice, that bad stuff's gonna happen in that oh so sincere voice. See this skin, this is my wall, and you ain't coming in. What goes on inside or doesn't isn't down to sin. It's my little slice of freedom, a place where chains don't fit. And this head that you try working on will never buy the shit that was sold to you to fill a hole that isn't really there. Each to their placebo, but there's no Jesus to care. And if there was, do you think he'd like you preying on the weak and vulnerable instead of praying for their souls to keep? You make me sick with double standards and how you spin those lines. We all know you need sugar to turn water into wine. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. Fixing things that just aren't broken can't be justified. With your Victorian values, why'd you think they've all but died? You will not kill our right to choose, you just push it underground. Maybe that's the plan A, a few less of us around. So pass me that coat hanger and a bottle of gin. Run a steaming bath and I'll climb right in. Then I guess I'll pray to your God that I'll get out again. I would have used the butcher's, but he's booked till who knows when. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-bum, ba-dum. Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-da-da-da-bum ba-dum. Everybody makes mistakes,
And it ain't a fucking crime.
if your condom splits or you're off your tits,
Or you didn't take your pill on time.
or you're just not ready for parenthood,
Or your relationship is shite.
or your pregnancy's abnormal, or you were chosen as a victim of rape one night, your career is more important, or your life is on the skids, or it's just down to the simple fact that you don't want any kids. So feel free to wash your own brain, but don't make others bear the brunt of the fact that you're a bitter, God-fearing, right-wing fucking cunt.
All right. 30 Field Horse. I couldn't remember when I went to the video. I was like, it just says DFW. So,
So, is that a UK commentary on the political state of womanhood in America?
I don't know. I think that may just be a commentary on the political state of womanhood. Period.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that for everyone. So, especially the poodle running around in the background.
Yes. Yeah, I'm surprised that this band was not familiar to me. I mean, it's possible that I've run across them before. Maybe this is their first album that was Creative Commons. Like, yeah. So the previous album was not fully Creative Commons, so it says some rights reserved, and sometimes it's like one track that is, like a cover or something, so it can't be Creative Commons.
Right.
But I usually, not always, just ignore those because there's just so much, and I'm like, I've gotten too many of them where I found that it's like maybe there's one track that they released as a single, as Creative Commons or something like that. But yeah, the album before that was. The other thing is there's nothing to say that it's possible they went back through their catalog and made things Creative Commons at some point. But yeah, they have quite a few albums if you go to their Bandcamp. Well, some of these are probably singles, but 14 different releases. So they've been around for a minute. I'm surprised that I haven't come across them.
Are they UK based?
Yeah, that they are. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't tell you more than that. But the UK. So yeah. So I need to send that to Eddie, who is the man in charge of the UK for the CCMA. So I was about to say, Al, that you were very still, but I think your video like froze for like 10 seconds or something, and then I saw you move again. So you are muted though. So I don't know if you're trying to say something.
Okay, can I be heard now?
Yes, can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Alrighty. Didn't have as much time to kind of get things ready as I was hoping. Just because I'm back in Chicago now, so I've been in the midst of the airport shuffle once again.
Yes. Well, if you don't have anything, I have quite a few, so I can buy you some time.
Yeah. Or you know what? Let me go ahead and play. I'll play this one, and then I will probably take you up on that afterwards.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alrighty. But this is a piece called "The Hunt," called by Sav. And yeah, I'll go ahead. Let me just pop it into the chat here. Yeah. Not what I meant to do. All right. Or video. No. So it goes.
You need me to pop it in there, or you got it?
Got
There
it.
we go. All right, you're muted.
Thank you again.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the tricks of the Jitsi is it mutes you automatically for the video, as long as you're not on mobile. For whatever reason, it doesn't mute people on mobile, which is annoying. But then it doesn't unmute you after the video, which I understand why they don't unmute people. But yeah, it's also
Little,
you just got to remember.
yeah.
It's a little tricky. So anyway, you said you had a question.
Well, yeah. So, one of the things I kind of got to questioning while I was attempting to go through digging for material disco is, so I've been consulting with an musical AI project called Aeva since about 2017. And notably with where things were at now in regards to general consumer public offerings on various call it machine intelligence, because I think that's just more clear than artificial intelligence. That and I could see this occurring, especially in the Creative Commons area. And this was the thing too at a recent fintech conference I've been running around at, is just proof of humanity behind whom and or what is creating works. And especially when it comes to things like soundtrack-ish areas, because that's one of the areas that I feel that it's like, no, we've gotten these systems pretty good at writing orchestral type pieces and whatnot. Is how does one identify, or not even the question of how does one identify, but what is the significance? Like what does it mean? And today's time and age, the origins of artistic works, in part and or total. And yeah, that was just kind of something I thought of while I was trying to dig through stuff. And when I came into, like I said, SVIX work, because I was just like, oh wow, I really offhand would have no reason to suspect this guy is even real at all. Or I would have reason more so to suspect that he wasn't at all, which wasn't so much a thing in the past. But that was it. Just kind of general modern day artistic age and tech age questions. I thought philosophical questions I thought I'd throw out there as I ran into such while digging, trying to find that piece.
Yeah, I don't know if there's been any copyright cases about that sort of thing, but I think that one thing that's going to be interesting is like a lot of these sites, if you just look at like OpenAI and stuff, like they're like terms of service and like what you can do with the stuff that's like generated from those sites. I think that's going to become a much bigger deal with AI, with people violating. I mean, it'll be, yeah, I think it's going to be like a lot less of the copyright infringement and more of a terms of service infringement for a lot of these sites. But I don't think anybody, I mean, maybe did you know, Jessica? I don't think there's been any cases though that have really said anything about that.
There are some cases working their way, some test cases working their way up through the courts right now, Doug. The Copyright Office has come out with a very interesting policy statement. Now, of course, in the patent area, the question of AI being an inventor has got some decisions, and in the patent space, unless we change our laws here in the U.S., the statute and the interpretation of the statute in the patent space really is requiring a human inventor. But in the copyright space, the debate is very much open and ongoing right now. And the Copyright Office has decided, as a matter of policy for the time being, to distinguish between artistic works that are completely generated by AI versus the use of AI, human directed, the use of AI as a tool in the same way as the use of, software synthesizers for music or Photoshop for visual artistic creations. And so they are accepting works that are human in combination with AI for registration. But pure AI generated works it's still an unanswered question legally.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine. Well, it's not hard to imagine. I don't guess I can imagine it, but I feel like the monkey selfie copyright dispute has settled this. And in the thing about the AI human team collaboration being copyrightable also makes sense. I mean, if a human painter had a monkey involved in their painting in some way, no one would even say, they wouldn't question that the human creator had copyright. That wouldn't even be a thing. So yeah, it's hard to imagine. One interesting thing, and there's probably some arguments about this in the arts too. But for anybody who hasn't, followed the AI sort of game too much, I think it was like 10 years ago or so, they ran this simulation with computers. This was like a few years after the computers started beating humans at chess. What they've discovered is that human computer teams are better than both humans and computers alone. That the type of thinking that humans are good at, and basically humans are much better at asking questions than computers are. And so if the human is able to ask the right questions of the computer, then they can beat computers basically in chess. So I think there's probably going to be a lot of that for a long time. Not that anybody is coming here for their AI, tips and tricks, but yeah, I've been in that space quite a bit at work recently. Not so much the generative AI, more of the decision making, and that's a whole. I mean, people have spent hours and hours on podcasts talking about that. So if anybody is interested in AI stuff, there is one called Practical AI that I listen to a lot. And there's it's part of the Changelog that they have a bunch of different tech podcasts, and I find their Practical AI podcast to be excellent. So it's probably more tech oriented in the actual building of the AI and stuff that some people might find interesting, but that's the angle that's obviously useful for me at work. So that's the one I listen to. I'm sure there's no shortage of AI podcasts out there.
I'm absolutely all up in it in my work too. Of course, I left this out of my introduction, but for those listening to this now and or later, I am a practicing intellectual property attorney. So we're dealing with this issue a lot as the technology takes us into the next generation of what computers can do. So yeah, if anyone wants to contact me, I'm sure they can. Doug has my contact information, or you can reach out and we can talk about the philosophy of what creates an artist in a different setting. But I would love to have that conversation because I engage with that a lot.
And just one last thing I figured I'd throw in. So I guess this is the big thing on TikTok right now is people just taking AI models that were trained on pop artists and then just unleashing the models to do cover songs. So you I guess there's some accounting now. Am I back to life?
Yes.
Okay, back to life. Yeah, so I guess there was a case where recently where somebody took some pop artists by the name of Kobe Calliot and Michael Jackson, and then had Kobe Calliot and Michael Jackson cover The Weeknd. And so it's just kind of this whole new aspect being brought to I guess what you could call remix culture in the past.
Yeah, I mean, that's, people that want to do that kind of stuff, I think there for a couple of years with like streaming getting big, there was a lot of people that kind of like, what is sort of like for the masses, the reason for Creative Commons. But I think the whole AI thing may be another place, obviously the Creative Commons was largely birthed out of like, Napster and all that. But I think, if people want to play around with this kind of stuff and make new music with AI and stuff like, I mean, there's a bunch of music out there that says that you can remix it and share it and do all that kind of stuff. And it seems like people that want to play in that game, I don't know that anybody's really like if the Free Music Archive or Jamendo or anybody's like trying to make that easy for people, but I think there's an opportunity there that the major labels may not be as welcoming to those sorts of things. So, all right, Jessica, I know you said you didn't have any. Is that still your state of affairs on the videos?
It is for the moment, Doug.
Okay.
I
Sounds
can
good.
pull that other guy up, or actually, this is my first time with the platform, so I can send it to you in the chat.
That works too. So the Jitsi UI it's not the worst, but it is the 3 dot menus. Kind of has a lot going on. And the thing that I don't really like is the stop live stream is like right in the middle, so it's easy to like click it when you don't want to.
By accident.
I feel like if they just move that away, then that would, or like put some sort of like, hey, are you sure you really want to stop the live stream thing up there? Then that would be super helpful. But in any case, the share video link is right under the stop live stream link. So you just click on that, and then I'll bring up a pop-up, and then you just plop the YouTube thing in there, and it looks for like the YouTube /watch in that link. So if you have a short, the shorts videos that YouTube has a shorts URL, and so it won't play those because it hasn't been coded to look for those, which seems like an incredibly easy fix. But then again, Jitsi is open source, so I guess I could just go fix it if it's incredibly easy. But I mean, seriously, it just seems like it's probably checking a URL, and you could just add a second if then. Maybe I will do that. Now that I'm saying this out loud, like I should just go because it would be. It's hard to imagine that it's not super easy. So maybe we should do that. Yeah. Do you want to do that, Jessica? Or you want to plop that in there, or?
No, because I need to check.
Oh.
To see, because like I said, I think these are all like super long.
No problem. Well,
so let me check the other two.
What I will do in the meantime is I've got a video that maybe Donnie would play this. Donnie shared it on his YouTube, but the name of the band is Tesla Sonic. And the name of the track is The Frequency. And he is a featured artist in this track. So let's check it out. All right. Quite enjoyed that video. Looks like we lost Al, at least visually.
That had a groove.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I'd give it
think-
a 9.
I think you are on a little bit of a take delay there, Jessica. I don't know how we've had that before, but it looked like you were still watching it, like 10 seconds after I was. So I have to keep that in mind. But yeah, that was funky.
No, it was that I was actually watching this other video that I'm thinking about
Yes.
popping up next.
Yes.
So double check and make sure. I like this video, but I can't confirm. I have found other things that they do as Creative Commons, but it doesn't say on this actual video whether this one is or not.
Yeah, that's fine. So our policy is because YouTube is not real great for actually having licensing information, and it's like, even if the video was like all rights reserved, then the track could still be Creative Commons. So it's all kind of a mess. So we just ignore all of that. As long as the musician is releasing under Creative Commons, then that's good enough. That's our official rule. Because otherwise it's a mess. So yeah.
All right.
So let's hear it.
Well, let me see if I can. Triple dots, share video, correct?
Yes.
YouTube link. This group is out of South America.
Oh, excellent. All right. Yes. So the other trick,
Yeah, how do I make it go back?
you have to stop the video. The good news is people can unmute themselves while the video's on there. So
I dug that.
Yeah. Quite
Yep,
enjoyed that.
I've listened to quite a bit of that band is Dio Dorina, and they are out of somewhere in South America, and they are several of their Bandcamp cuts are on my list for nomination this year.
I'm not sure why. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking through this, I do know why. So you talking about the band made me think of South American net labels, which made me think that Mist is a South American net label, and they used to run Net Label Day. They do not anymore. This guy Omar Wiley, I think is his name. I don't have it right in front of me. Is the new El Presidente of Net Label Day. Well, it looks like he hasn't posted to Twitter in quite a while. He was asking for tracks, so I don't have his exact words, but if you go to netlabelday.com, or if you go to twitter.com/netlabel_day, or on Facebook, you can go and find Net Label Day. Lots of ways to reach Omar. It's Willey. Willie, probably Wiley. But anyway, yeah, Omar, he did a great job last year. It was his first year, so he's looking to get some new tunes. So figured I would get that shout out there. Anything else you want to say about that track, Jessica, or that artist?
Just as Al noted, the synth work in that stood out to me as very modern, and I enjoy it a lot. So,
well, one thing we were talking about in the chat was there was a lot of guitar imagery, and of course the guitar was in there, but it wasn't as maybe as interesting or prominent as the synth. But that made me think. One of my videos that I had ready to go today is one of my, I guess like you would call him like one of the few like Creative Commons like guitar heroes. This is Avi Rosenfeld, and he's an Israeli guitarist, and he does one of the things that I also love of him other than his guitar work is he does tons and tons and tons, maybe like pretty much everything that he does is a collaboration. Like I don't think he sings. I think he brings in singers for all of his songs. But this is a collaboration he did with Eric Cruz.
Crazy weekend, prison break, changes coming all the way. I see dead man running to be gone. Trucking by the jealous and travel
Wow, Doug, there was too much to love about that music and that video. I mean,
Yeah.
and
I'm was in concurrence.
well, the irony of a motorsport video that just went perfectly with that music on the day of the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's just, yeah, all that drifting, yeah, and you're right about that guitar work.
So I'm not sure how many albums he released last year. It was a few, but he's already released 3 this year. So, yeah, the guy is just a beast. But if you look at one of his albums and then you look at the credits, like he looks like
it's a billion and one people.
Yeah, so it looks like there's a Lane Rabier that has done on the latest. No, this wasn't the latest. This is the second one. This is okay. So this is an album that they did together. So that's why. So it's Avi Rosenfeld and Lane Barbier. But yeah, there's a guitar solo in this one track that's a different guy, and then somebody's playing a Hammond organ on one of them, and yeah, I don't know if he's reaching out to these people or these people are reaching out to actually different people are playing Hammonds on different ones. So he's got one album that's or actually maybe more than one, that's like a tribute to Deep Purple. I've never dug into the tracks. They're not any tracks that I recognize, but I'm not a huge Deep Purple fan. So I think they're just kind of like in the style of Deep Purple is the idea.
Right.
Well, actually, it's not just Deep Purple. So the name of this album is Very Heapy, Very Purple. So Uriah Heep and Deep Purple. Yeah. Those are the very obvious the muses for that. So yeah, and I don't know how many going back. I mean, the guy's been doing it for years. I mean, like he has. I mean, not literally too many to count, but enough to where it'd be really boring for me to like go through here and he's got like 100 albums. So definitely if you enjoyed that, go back through and check his stuff out because there's quite the catalog. So
yeah, I'm looking
That's
at Very
definitely I get up in the morning.
looking at Very Heapy, Very Purple. There's like 14 of those alone.
Yes. Right, exactly. That's a whole series. So yeah. So I just want to note, Al, I feel like, like this weird connection with you, given the note to the reference to Mr. Bungle in our chat here. It's like I don't know that I've ever encountered anyone in the wild or any situation like this that would have ever even heard of Mr. Bungle and know what that means. And you were spot on with that reference there. So I don't know if we're aging ourselves or what, but I thank you for that.
Well, I helped design and build new guitars and basses and synthesizers and things with this company, Praxis Guitars. So I've
heard of them.
I'd like to I'd like to hope that that we stay fairly abreast of what's going on.
All right, so I'm thinking. So, Al, you may remember that in the past. Well, you may remember this too. We had a limit. It was weird. It was like an hour and 52 seconds. It didn't like say like, "Hey, your hour's up," and then give you 52 seconds of buffer. It just ended. It ended. So completely bizarre. But it must have been like a byte number that they were like trying to be like, okay, you get an hour, and then they put in the number of bytes. But bytes are not decimal. They're not a base 10 system. So they were just off by 52 seconds. That's my guess at what's going on. Again, I could probably find that code and fix it, but whatever. the last few times that hasn't happened. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing. I don't know if that's a Jitsi thing. I don't know if I have no idea why that is. But the hour time slot, we usually it
Wrap
seems
it up.
like it's like a good time to end it up. So I think we have time for one more track. So do we? I'll let you guys decide. Do you want a long track or a short track?
I'm gonna say short track just to keep it safe in case the cut demons come along.
I always kind of like the it cutting off in the middle of the track, because then I feel like, well, if you want to listen to the rest of the song, then A, you should be here, and B, just go to the show notes and find the song and listen to it yourself. Kind of is it's like artificial scarcity, but like not in
For
a
sure.
completely not in like a completely dickhead sort of way. So
Well, I'm going to second that for short track, and I'm
okay.
going to say thank you for prodding me to show up, because this has been great fun, and I want to do this again.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure, Jessica.
Likewise, Al.
All right. Well, this is the shortest track I've got. It rolls in at a pretty speedy 51 seconds. This is a
I've
hip-hop
got one that's a minute 12.
well, if you've got one you wanna share, then
No. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what your minute is.
This is, I think, this is like the video, the landing page video for this artist, but all of his videos were like longer. This was the only one that fit under the 5 minutes. So, this is the name of the artist is Tim B. to God. It's all one word.
Tim B. to God.
And he has a vlog, and he does music on his vlog, I guess, because he's got a Bandcamp page as well. But this the name of this track is Independent Since 2011.
Much love, peace and love, man. Y'all stay tuned. The grind continues. Independent since 2011 to the end.
Was that
What was that?
was that a song or an ad?
Well, it was a beat that was backing his ad. So, like I said, that's the landing. If you go to his, he's got almost 5,000 subscribers. So his ad's working, I guess. But yeah, so he's got his names of his videos are he's got a WWE Raw Live in St. Louis video.
Wow.
Who down for the $100 challenge comedy video, buying land. Actually, you know what? Actually, these weren't long. They just didn't seem like they were songs. That's why I didn't pick them. And then this one was actually like a beat and not him talking. So that's why I picked it. I remember now. He's got one that's buying land in Africa, which I didn't watch, but could be very informative if you want to buy land in Africa. I don't know. Didn't check that one out. But yeah, he's got quite a few videos. One assumes they go back to 2011, but I didn't scroll that far. So he has a flag in a lot of his videos, and I don't know. That's a Burkina Faso flag, so maybe he's from Burkina Faso. I don't know if I still have his page up on. I do. So maybe he is of Burkina Faso descent. I don't know. His Bandcamp says St. Louis, Missouri. So I don't know. He's got a Facebook and an Instagram and a YouTube. So if you want to find out this guy's story, you know, you can get in touch. Maybe I'll invite him on.
Tim be to God.
That's one thing that Donnie keeps talking about wanting to do is like, yeah, you should invite people on. Well, Donnie, you can invite people on too. So, so I'll leave that for both of you too as well. If you have friends that you think would you would like to come, then feel free to bring them on. And yeah, thanks both of you guys to show up. It's, you know, like I can bust through an hour of videos, but it is kind of boring to do it myself. So I'm definitely appreciate you guys coming this week. So I have a dog walking date. Well, it's not so much a date, it's more of a meeting, but yeah, me and my dog, we're gonna go for a walk with a friend. So yeah, so I gotta bounce. So earlier we were talking about artificial intelligence. I was like, well, animals have a certain intelligence too, but T'Challa was being stupid or shy. He's not a shy dog, so I'm not sure what was going on with him, but he did not want to come in here. More interesting things going out in the living room, I guess. So in any case, hopefully I will see you folks next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I will certainly be here. So have a good one.
Catch you later.
Peace.
Ciao.